guy, 6'6", number 7,
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have a Monday night of basketball for you. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. Here's what Utah has lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And that game against the Pacers, that one might be worth keeping an eye on. It's always a great matchup when those teams face off.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Utah Jazz. We've got Jackson. He's out there with Lauri Markkanen. George out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Peterson in at the shooting guard position. And for Boston, Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. The kick to Tatum. Pritchard, one of the best things about still being so early on in the season, the fan excitement is real.
Oh, yeah, the fan excitement. That's the best part because everyone believes positive things can happen. That's the best part about the first third of the season.
Here's Peterson following the 3 by Boston. Brown with the steal. Pass to Hauser. Brown with it. Picked up by Markkanen. There's Tatum with the 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
On offense, here's Utah. 6-point game. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year. And that one's good. Markkanen.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Brown. From outside the arc. The rebound by Jackson. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. Jaren Jackson Jr. was the topic, and Coach was impressed by the tape. He said, the more I watch of Jaren, the more I'm convinced he's the best defensive player in the league. He does so much for their team, and we're going to have to be hyper-aware of his weak side help tonight. Coach isn't alone on that appraisal. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. And here's Brown for 3. It's good on the putback.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
Hey, had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. Now here's George. Markkanen, the pass to George. For 3. Markkanen misses. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pritchard, no good. The Jazz have gone 1 for 3 so far. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Slim, pass to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Celtics lead by 4. It's Brown on the wing. The baseline J. And he gets the bucket.
The mid-range is not an issue for Brown. It is just another weapon in his arsenal now.
And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in his matchup.
He's either too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
Outside Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hits the trifecta.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. They trail by 7. Pass to Peterson. Back to George. Markkanen with a screen on Pritchard. George for 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Peterson. Here's Markkanen, defended by Hauser. Just 5 on the clock. Markkanen misses. Celtics lead by 7. Right side Pritchard. Over George. The rebound by Markkanen. Utah has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Pass to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Peterson. From behind the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Boston's gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
He's flexing on that finish. These kind of buckets get Brown going.
Until Will Hardy calls a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. All right, let's look back on last season for a moment. Here were your scoring leaders. 5th, Jason Tatum.
This is a guy who never took a night off. You look at his numbers and you know that he put in a tremendous effort every single game.
George with it, defended by Pritchard. Shoots a fadeaway. Utah with another miss.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Tatum a screen on Jackson. Here's Pritchard. Misses off the left iron.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
Pass to Jackson. Over to the left wing. Stop the drought. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
That's just unfair. 6'11" Jackson just sinking threes. I guess this is the new NBA.
Outside, Brown. Hauser outside. Pass to Brown. Outside Pritchard. Fires the 3. This is another. He's 0 for 4.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Here's Peterson. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Down low. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 5.
A big target with good hands. Jackson doing damage in the pick and roll.
Outside Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Pass to Brown. Out to the right wing. Tatum with a screen. Here's Pritchard. Finally gets one to go. That makes him 1 for 5 in this game.
After missing his first 4 shots, he finally gets one to drop.
Pritchard against George. And here's Jackson. Over Tatum. Jackson can't get it to go. Boston leading by 6. Tatum passes to Queta. Outside Tatum. Launches a 3. Peterson with a rebound.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
They set the pick. Pass to Jackson. Here's Peterson. Defended by Brown. Now Markkanen. The 3. They get the rebound. For 3, George. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah.
Up going with a new group for the Jazz. And it's Utah with the ball. 9-point game. Back to Markkanen. Here's Peterson. No made baskets yet. So the Jazz 5 right now. Jackson out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Keontae George. And it's Peterson in at the shooting guard position. Brown passes to Queta, and he jams it after taking a nice feed on the run.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Jackson down low. Tatum's there, and it's good for 2. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
Ooh, those are some grown man points there by Jackson Jr.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Brown. Brown gets the inside finish.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Markkanen, the pass to Slim. Jackson with a screen on Brown. And they call an illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Garza's checked in for Boston. And a switch here also for Utah. Collier, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen.
Such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
To the wing, right side. Peterson, that one's good. Peterson's got his first 2 points.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Hauser outside. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. The shot by Garza, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Out left to the wing. Jackson, the screen. Peterson. Again, Utah, good for 2. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for Boston. They've led by as many as 14. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Pritchard. Hauser outside. Clock at 4. Jacks up at 3. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Here's Peterson. Going inside, and they pick up 2. Peterson's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Brown scanning the floor. Here's Queta, and he jams it home with authority.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Guys, back over to you.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Here's Collier. He had 9 points in his last time out. Here's Peterson. Shot blocked. They recover it. There's Jackson with the 3. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Every team in this league wants a Jaylen Brown, a tremendous two-way wing, and boy, Brown can put up giant offensive numbers.
Here's Peterson. He has 6. Boston pulls it in. Kidd got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Brown. Stolen by Kessler. Shoots from the right block. Count that one.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Celtics out in front, up by 10. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
Checking out the Celtics, they've had some hiccups early on, but I don't think that takes away from the potential of this team. With their talent and coaching, they could easily mount a challenge for the top spot before it's over.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Boston Celtics.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. That sounds like their offense right now. Clock work.
Speaking of clocks, I think you've had some run-ins with Big Ben Wallace, haven't you?
You mean in London? Big Ben?
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
Jazz trail by 10. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. Jaylen Brown is out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Yep, that one goes. Brown's got 14 points.
One of the premier scoring wings in the NBA, Jaylen Brown is at it again.
Pass to Peterson from the arc. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Here's Peterson. And here's Jackson, hounded by Tatum. Shot clock at 3. Here's George. And there's another one for the Jazz.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Pass to Brown. Oh, look out. JB throwing it down.
And so far, Brown has been dialed in and is showing no signs of letting up.
To the inside. And it's going to be out of bounds with the Jazz retaining possession. Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. Well, you look at Kessler, a remarkable defender, second in the NBA.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Pritchard finds Tatum. And it's Boston scoring again.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Down by 12. Kessler a screen. Here's Peterson. He nails it. That's his 5th make in 11 tries.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Now here's Brown. He's guarded closely to the paint. Oh, Tatum taking flight.
Tatum reminding the defense, like, yo, you cannot stop him.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Tatum against Jackson. The leaner. That won't go either for Tatum.
When you're that open, do you really need to go with the leaner?
Jackson with a screen on Brown. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Outside, Brown. It's rebounded by George. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Peterson. Jackson, the pass to Slim. Kessler, a screen on Brown. Inside, and stolen by Brown. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. That's a miss, and he's 7 for 11 from the floor. The Jazz have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Pass to George. Now here's Jackson. Here's Peterson, defended by Brown. Peterson, no good. Celtics lead by 10. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Those improved handles of Tatum, that's a big part of his growth.
Here's Peterson. He's got 10. Jackson with a screen on Brown. Now George. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks. With players signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract, we're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thank you very much for the report, Shams. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Jackson against Tatum. Pritchard with a screen on Jackson. Tatum from long range. Oh, Tatum's triple is pure.
After a tremendous first quarter, 3 trays, he's put in another.
George against Pritchard. To the paint. It's stolen by Tatum. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
Oh, Jackson Jr. using that reach, protecting the rim.
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Tatum from long range. Kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pritchard gets it to go.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Jazz trail by 16. George outside to the right side. Kessler, a screen on Brown. Here's Peterson. Hits the target from 18 feet. Peterson's got 12 points in the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Brown. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Brown's got 6 here in the quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Jackson with a screen on Brown. Here's Peterson. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high quality shooting.
Outside Pritchard. Back to Tatum. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Tatum. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got assist number 5 here tonight. Jazz trail by 16. George with it. 6 points for him. Peterson, no good.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. And I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
To the wing on the left. Here's Peterson. That shot off the mark. Brown with some nice D.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Cada. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse! For all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
So the Jazz 5 right now. We've got George, Walker Kessler out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Peterson in at the 2. This one for 3. Peterson with a rebound. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the 4th. George outside. Pass to Jackson. And here's Markkanen. To the middle. Slim. Pass to Kessler. Banked it in off the glass.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
George against Pritchard. Down low. Here's Tatum. Got it. Good job in the low post. Tatum's got 15 points here in the second half.
The efficiency from Tatum on the offensive end is terrific, not letting any scoring chances pass him by.
George passes to Slim. Here's Markkanen. It's tipped. And he's able to get it back. And he makes it. Now here's Tatum. Here's Brown. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. And that's now 25 points for Jaylen Brown. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Boston.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
And each year, it seems Brown keeps getting better at shooting the ball, especially from the mid-range.
George feels it out a bit. Pass to Kessler. George outside. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson with a screen on Brown. Slim, pass to George. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Now Brown. Pritchard from outside. On target from range.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Jackson with a screen on Brown. Slim, pass to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
I think you can tell Jackson Jr. is enjoying himself on offense, playing with a ton of energy.
To the left wing. Pass to Tatum. All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting 5.
And, you know, I think I'll go with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008. They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pritchard against Jackson. Pritchard, no good. The Jazz have gotten 8 of 16 attempted shots to go here in the 4th. George passes to Slim. Back to George. Jackson on the wing. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Peterson. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the three. Peterson's got 11 points here in the second half.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Outside Tatum. Takes a three. Utah grabs the miss. To the inside, Peterson. Garza grabs the board. Celtics lead by 22. Brown passes to Pritchard. Here's Garza. Here's Brown. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Celtics.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jaylen Brown.
Okay, I'm going to explain what he did here. It's called playmaking. Being someone that seeks out their teammates, making the extra pass.
They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Markkanen against Tatum. Doubled by Jackson. Queta gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 20.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Here's Peterson. Up top, George. Pass to Markkanen. And here's George. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy...
You guys showed some fight tonight, but ultimately came up short. What do you do to move on from this? Win. Any adjustments?
Not really. I just got to play harder, grab some boards, be better, top to bottom. It is what it is.
All right, Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Dominic.
stuff he said, so it's nice to have to get a little more exposure.
Hey, should we pick up something for dinner? Oh, we got food already. Those leftovers are cold. I brought them yesterday, I think. Yeah. Great.
MP about to tear the roof off.
Mama, there goes that man.
We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you're having any issues that needs to be addressed, please contact the Lord. Along with your issues and CPS to 555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. Detroit Pistons fans sing the giveaway. This is the best. What's happening on Pistons fans that every fan in the building, so we can all get out of Pistons. Don't miss our next giveaway day here at the arena. Bring your friends out there and receive a Pistons mascot mini flag. Ready to win.
And out here getting loose, guys going through some drills. We're almost at game time, folks. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Look at the Heat. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when you look at Utah, they're trending in the wrong direction. The NBA competition can be unforgiving. Not much room for mistakes.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got Slim. Jackson is out there with Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's George in at the point guard position. And for the Pistons, the forwards are Thompson and Harris. Robinson is out there with Cunningham. And it's Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint. Certainly one of the most intriguing parts of a new season, Tim, seeing which rookies have hit the ground running, have picked up and not missed a beat.
It's such a difficult adjustment, Kevin, when you get into this league and you see how fast things are happening, how big everybody on the court is. The window's very tight to make decisions. Very difficult to predict who is going to make that transition the fastest.
What was the one thing for you, size or speed or a combination of each?
For me, it was how quickly the shooting lanes closed up. You had much less time to make a decision of when to shoot, when to pass. That, to me, was the biggest transition.
Now, here is Robinson after the miss from Peterson. Again, the Pistons score.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Cunningham against George. Pass to Peterson. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Now here is Harris. We saw him with 10 points last game. And it's Stewart, top of the key. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
Right wing. Here's Peterson. No good on the 3.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Cunningham outside. Pass to Harris. There's the triple. And it's Utah with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year. Peterson the pass to Kessler. Here's Peterson. Outside, Markkanen. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Thompson gets it to go.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Jackson a screen on Robinson. Outside for Jackson. Jazz passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Markkanen passes to Peterson. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Another miss by Utah. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skill.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself. And that is the difference.
Jazz trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Jackson with the screen. Peterson misses.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Harris inside, covered by Peterson. Here's Stewart, and the rejection by Jackson. Inside, here's Peterson. No good with the layup.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
Now here is Harris. Pass to Thompson. And here is Harris. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Cunningham's shot is off. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Peterson. Now George. Here's Jackson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Determined Jackson Jr. there through the contact.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight. And he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
And they've
Scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Shakes them. And it's Utah with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Kessler the screen. Throws it up high. And Kessler throws it down.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Now here's Cunningham. Still without a basket. Shoots the three. In the corner, it's Robinson. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. From outside, off the mark. To the inside, and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. Collier, he's checked in for the Jazz.
On the floor.
Now, here is Robinson. He's guarded by Peterson. Harris against Jackson. Harris inside, and he makes good on the layup. Harris has got 11.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Cunningham is out there with Robinson. And it's Stewart in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here is Harris after the miss from Peterson. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Tobias Harris.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
George with the bounce pass. Lets it go with the three. Rebound, Detroit. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in this game. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to Boston.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor.
Now, here's Thompson. Following the miss by Jaren Jackson. Here's Peterson. Guarded by Stewart.
He is just ice cold. Luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Well, the Detroit Pistons looking to build on last season's breakthrough. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said Cade Cunningham's leadership makes his job easier. And all that aside, Bickerstaff said their fierce style is key. Adding, win or lose, we win the fight.
Not a team to be taken lightly. Thanks a lot, Shams. Here's Peterson. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. 2 on the clock. And the 3 is knocked down. Deep ball, good. And a nice shot from Peterson.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
And here's Cunningham. Launches it. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
That is really good positioning that time by Harris. He set himself up in a perfect spot to grab that offensive board.
Collier, he's checked in for George. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Pistons second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Here's Collier. 5 points in the game. Kessler the screen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Every so often, Tim, you heard the term defensive anchor. What defines one in the way you look at the game?
Well, I think it's that player that's on the back line, protecting the rim, but also able to see the entire floor. That is where your best communicator often resides.
How did you grade your defensive abilities when you played?
I battled, Kevin. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. That's the way I looked at it.
Now here is Harris. And no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Jackson with the screen. Here's Peterson. And there it is for him. Peterson's got 12.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Pass to Harris. Now here's Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
How about that? Flying high to send that one down. And you know what? When you've got the athleticism and explosion of a player like that, bigger guys are still at your mercy.
And Kessler throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here is Robinson. 26 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Peterson misses.
Well, fortunately, as he searches for his scoring rhythm, they still have the lead for now.
And here's Harris from the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists now in this one. 1:24 left in the first half. Stewart with the steal. Takes the 3, and another 3 for Detroit.
Great awareness by Thompson, wanting to find his open teammates whenever he can.
Utah's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Jackson a screen on Robinson. There's the one. Jackson takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
Now here's Thompson. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he was a force on the glass. Absolutely dominant.
So it's Utah now after the basket by Detroit. Here's Collier. He's got 5. Inside. Beyond the arc. Cunningham with some nice D.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Now here's Cunningham. Stewart, a screen for Harris. And Stewart gets it to go. And now a 4-point Detroit lead.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Pistons. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The Detroit Pistons finding themselves in a closely contested game.
They're riding the wave of enthusiasm in this arena.
Yeah, getting that boost of adrenaline. They're giving this crowd a show. All right, let's turn now to take a look at how the Eastern Conference is shaping up. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
And you are going to see this defense now switch things up against him, but he has the skill set to counter that.
Getting underway here in the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Jackson is out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's Slim. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's George in at the 1.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
A defensive tone setter, that's Asar Thompson. He shadows his man with relentless determination, but his game right before us, Tim, don't you think, is expanding in every way?
Oh, he's got immeasurable impact defensively, blocks, steals, deflections, always a disruptor. He's still a little bit foul prone, but I think as he starts to get a reputation in this league as an elite defender, he is going to be scary.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
I totally agree. That is not what they were looking for offensively.
Cunningham dishes it to Harris. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
So his efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Here's Markkanen. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Harris. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Pistons passing it around. Back to Cunningham. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot. The Pistons are improving on both ends, but particularly on defense. Cade Cunningham said, everybody is stepping up on that end and taking the challenge to guard. We have a good system that allows us all to play our strengths. We're still hungry, though. We're not satisfied at all. Back to you, Kevin.
More to prove. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Utah with the rebound.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
Let's it fly from 18. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Peterson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And the dunk by Stewart.
Yeah, Cunningham keeping others involved, a true catalyst for this offense.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. To the middle. Here's Peterson. 14 points for him. The offensive rebound. Up top, Markkanen. It's tipped. Oh, and here we go. Cunningham heading to the hoop. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Well, that is an excellent transition basket by Cunningham. He is showing you what kind of athlete he is.
Harris against Jackson. Here's Stewart. Tries again. Rebounded by Jackson.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Also, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Thompson. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists now in the game. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats.
What's up, Legend? How you doing, bud?
Last season's performance for him. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit, a guy who provides instant offense.
Well, I just love his mentality and his approach. He is always ready to go when called upon.
Here's Harris, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Pass to Cunningham. Now Robinson. Out to Thompson. Puts up a 3. Here's who grabs the miss. Jazz trail by 12. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Thompson. Cunningham with it. Out guarded by Peterson. On the wing, Harris. Back to Cunningham. And they pick up 2. Cunningham's got the lead up to 14 now for Detroit.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Out to the right wing. Here's Peterson. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists tonight.
That's his first from distance this half, which gives him 3 for the night.
George against Cunningham. Over George. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Jazz trail by 11. That's a screen on Robinson. Here's Peterson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball, but the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that. Peterson, that's good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Harris kicks to Cunningham. No good on that one. Excellent D there from George. Jazz trail by 8. Pass to Peterson. And it's blocked. Robinson with it. Now defended by Markkanen. And a wide open look for Cunningham. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Peterson. 24 points for him. And he drives in, and he jams it with authority.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them. Jenkins, he's checked in for Cunningham. Checked in for Detroit. Stewart kicks to Thompson. Here's Robinson. Down low. Rebound, Utah. Peterson's got his 5th rebound in this one. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Robinson is out there with Cunningham. And it's Stewart in at the 5, down low. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Jackson a screen on Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Harris. Fires the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, he is really filling it up, but also keeping others involved.
Peterson the pass to Markkanen. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Cunningham against George. Pass to Stewart. Here's Harris. In the corner, it's Robinson. Bangs home the trifecta. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
And credit Harris for creating that high percentage look, scanning the floor and finding the best option.
George passes to Peterson. Jackson a screen on Robinson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, Jackson Jr. is an efficient rebounder, and he knows to send that one right back.
Pistons leading by 10. Cunningham passes to Stewart. And here is Harris. To the middle. And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
George looking over the floor. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Cunningham for three. Peterson grabs the miss. Peterson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Kessler screen on Robinson. Peterson the pass to Kessler. Stolen by Thompson. Outside Robinson. Cunningham for 3. And it doesn't go.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
Here's Peterson. He's covered by Thompson. Jackson. And the 3 misses. Now Kessler. Here's Peterson. Jackson a screen on Cunningham. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
What agility there. Look how quick Jackson moves after setting the screen. Perfect execution.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Detroit making a switch. LeVert's checked in. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. And despite the lead, they are still coaching his team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
And Allie, thanks so much. And so George will bring it up for Utah. Here's Peterson. Jackson with the screen. And Harris will pull it down.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
I'm not sure what he was thinking right there, but we see this in this game sometimes.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Kessler a screen on Robinson. 16 feet away. And there's the dunk.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
Now Cunningham. Outside Harris. And he does not hit. Jazz trail by 14.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Pistons.
This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier, and they not only muscled their way back into the game, but wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win this one easily.
And all about the will to win. You have to admire the perseverance, never doubting one another, having that trust in your coaches. And I really like what we've seen here tonight. Boy, did they earn it.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And a lot of players tonight help contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Tobias Harris.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
Now LeVert, 6 on the shot clock. Bailey pulls it down. So Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Now, let's go to our sideline reporter, Dominic Hamill.
Thanks, guys. Tough loss tonight, MP. You did a pretty good job creating turnovers, but obviously it wasn't enough. What did you see out there?
I don't know. Effort was there. Communication.
Kevin, back to you.
Terrific work as always, Dom. You never fail to...
That looked good.
I'm about to master the unguardable move.
You want me to start filming, bro? We can't have the league knowing you're developing an unguardable move.
It's just a step back. No big secret, but if you got the tools, it's unguardable.
And what are these tools?
A quick first step and a nasty pull-up. Woo! Luckily, I got both. Play on me, and I'll drive past you. Get back on your heels to guard the drive, and I'm stepping back and nailing the three in your eye like a peak James Harden.
All right. On a scale from 0 to peak James Harden, how good is your step back?
I'm gonna have to say peak James Harden +1.
It's a bold statement, MP.
Look, I don't run my mouth unless I can back it up, Zan. Y'all will see tonight, I'm about to put on a step-back clinic.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. We've got a special one for you. Two elite centers from tip-off to the final buzzer, Grant. We should have a battle on our hands tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. And, you know, in games like this, it's important to give space for your big guys to compete. The last thing you want is to overcrowd the paint and end up taking an elbow.
Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Utah Jazz. We've got Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen out there with Jackson. Then there's George, and it's Peterson in at the shooting guard. 4 on the clock. Jackson with a screen on DiVincenzo. George, no good. And here's Minnesota now. DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Peterson. Last game, he had 28 points. Jackson, the screen. Slim, the pass to Markkanen. Utah moving the ball around. George outside. 4-3. George with another miss. Randall against Jackson. Randall can't hit.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense. Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
Here's DiVincenzo following the bucket by Utah. Pass to Randall. Back to DiVincenzo. Let's go with a three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Excellent possession there. If you set up DiVincenzo, it usually leads to points.
Here's Jackson. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Outside Edwards. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And over the 5 decades of the Jazz franchise history, almost half of those years, they were coached by the great Jerry Sloan.
Well, the Jazz were a team that took on Jerry Sloan's toughness and a willingness to fight at all times. Those days are in the past, but they still echo in Utah.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they've made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. Now here's George. Pass to Peterson. The three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And here's Randall. Now Edwards. Three-pointer. Nails it from 3. Edwards got his second bucket of the night.
You just can't give Edwards a look from deep.
DiVincenzo against George. Pass to Peterson. Jackson, the screen. Slim, pass to Markkanen. Over McDaniels. It's rebounded by Minnesota. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
Last year shows that having the better overall record doesn't mean you're going to dominate the lesser opponent.
And it's Utah with the ball. They trail by 1. George against DiVincenzo. Markkanen outside. George, a screen on McDaniels. Markkanen, it's wide right, hits off the rim. Minnesota has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. McDaniels finds Edwards. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Oh, got a piece of it. Randall with a steal. For 3, DiVincenzo. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Listen, when he entered the league, DiVincenzo was not a great three-point shooter, but he certainly worked himself into it.
Here's Peterson. He's got 5. Throws it up high, and the dunk by Jackson.
There's Jackson Jr. with that huge catch radius. You can put that pass almost anywhere.
And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
Here's Peterson. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives him 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes a bit.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. DeSumu's checked in. Now here's George. 14 points for him last game against Detroit.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Randall deciding where to go with it. Outside Edwards. Fires the 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Now here's George. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Markkanen from long range. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. Minnesota leading by 3. DiVincenzo with it. And Kessler picks him up defensively. Edwards for 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Utah has gone 1 of 4 from deep. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Back to you.
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. And it's Utah with the ball. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Connects from downtown.
Well, those corners are a sweet spot for most shooters, and it's no different for Markkanen.
DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. And here's DeSumo. It's guarded by Markkanen. Back to Edwards. The 3 is up. The rebound by Jackson.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
I think many would say Jaren Jackson Jr. has an incredibly complete game, Coach.
Yeah, offense, defense, no room for complaints, B.A. Rebounding, he has the tools to dominate, but the numbers are still coming around. When you get that ball inside the line, it can free up the three-point arc. Great dish by him.
So the Jazz 5 right now. Jackson out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's George. And it's Peterson in at the 2. Edwards for 3. The rebound by Jackson.
After nailing 3 trays to start this game, he's gone silent here in the second quarter.
Jackson with a screen on Edwards. Here's Peterson. Utah with another miss.
Man, coach is going to have a few words with him after that shot.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Here's Edwards. Drills the elbow jumper. Edwards got 15.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true 3-level scorer.
DiVincenzo against George. Edwards comes with a double team. DiVincenzo with a steal. 3-on-3. Shoots over George. His first miss. 3 for 4 in this contest now. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Peterson. He's got 5. To the middle. Here's Kessler. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Kessler's gotten his second bucket.
Great roll by Kessler after setting the screen. That's textbook.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. There's the 3. The rebound by Jackson. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Jackson with a screen on Edwards. Poke loose. DiVincenzo with the steal. From deep. Utah grabs the miss.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
George passes to Slim. Back to George. And he lobs it up top. Oh, they get a hand on it.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys. Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's Peterson. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Utah moving the ball around. For 3, George.
Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offensively.
Randall can't hit.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. He shoots. Offline from the top of the key. Minnesota leading by 9. Outside Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Over Kessler. Using the size. Gobert.
Yeah, inside, Gobert can be a true monster. Using his size and reach very effectively.
Nas Reed's checked in for Julius Randle. Collier, he's checked in for Utah. Jackson with a screen on DiVincenzo. Markkanen, the pass to Slim. Now here's Jackson. To the paint. Inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniel's athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
1:56 left to play in the first half of basketball. Markkanen sets a screen into the lane and out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And looking at the standings in the NBA Cup, the group stage just starting.
Yeah, lots of games remaining. I think the magic number is 3. If you get those 3 wins and have a good point differential, you normally advance to the knockout rounds.
Back to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Edwards with some muscle.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Stan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Peterson, no good. Minnesota leading by 15. Outside, DiVincenzo. Reed, a screen on Markkanen. McDaniels from long range.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Utah shooting just 31% in today's game. Not great. Pass to Collier. To win the cold spell. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's DiVincenzo, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Look, DiVincenzo relishes the chance to punish the defense. He likes to shake them up with the slam.
Here's Peterson. From downtown, gets the three to fall. Peterson's got 8. And here's Edwards. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he drops the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Oh, it's good! He hit it!
Look at that!
Oh, what a miraculous shot. He's going to remember that one.
Well, that's an energizer boost heading into the next quarter. You know he's got to be fired up.
And so we wrap up the first half. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by 13. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And swerving off topic for a moment, since this is the halftime show, I was just wondering, what was halftime like in the locker room back when you guys were playing?
I would never be checking my stats
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Timberwolves. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the 5. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Here's Peterson, guarded by Edwards. Peterson, that one's good. 10 points for him.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Pass to McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Kessler. Markkanen with it. He's picked up by Edwards. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. McDaniels with a steal. Gobert with a screen on Jackson. McDaniels passes to Gobert. And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. You know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
The Timberwolves lead by 12. Outside McDaniels. Outside Edwards, and that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kessler. And here's a look now at who shot the ball the best during last season's campaign. In the third spot, Rudy Gobert.
So consistent from the floor. He shot it at a great clip last season.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Shot clock at 6. Gobert with a screen on George. And Gobert with the bucket on the assist by DiVincenzo. Gobert's got 5 points.
With his giant frame, Gobert sets a good screen and then just pivots into open position.
Pass to Peterson. Here's George. DiVincenzo covering. Jackson outside. Markkanen from long range. The Jazz again can't hit. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Fast break Utah. Randall with a steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Fires for three. And Edwards good for three. Edwards has got 22 points.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Here's Peterson. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Peterson. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. George outside. Shot clock at 5. Kessler a screen to stop the drought. Offensive rebound. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Well, Kessler to the rescue, using his size to win the rebound, and then quickly going on the attack himself.
Outside Edwards. Three-pointer. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Pass to Jackson. It's blocked by Gobert.
As intimidating a defensive presence as there is, Gobert could write a book on rim protection.
Edwards with it. He's got 25. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Jazz trail by 18. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
I just love the ball movement.
Utah has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Right wing. Here's Peterson. The Jazz again can't hit.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And here's Minnesota now. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Pass to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Picked by Gobert. The 3-ball. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
George finds Jackson. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Randall outside. DiVincenzo with a screen on Jackson. Randall can't hit.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Kessler, a screen on Edwards. And he lobs it up to the rim. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, that's what Kessler brings to this offense. A constant lob threat.
Minnesota leading by 20. Randall outside. It's Edwards on the wing. He's got 25. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Slim, the pass to Jackson. And the shot's good. Jackson's got 8.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Randall outside. Four on the clock. Goes up from the top of the key. Another miss by Minnesota.
Yeah, and they hold the lead in spite of his cold shooting night. He has not been able to get it going.
Kessler a screen. Here's Peterson, guarded by Edwards. Kessler, no good. Minnesota has gotten 12 of their points this quarter from deep, 4 of 6. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Left side, Edwards. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Markkanen. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. It's an 18-point game and a contract extension this summer for Jazz head coach Will Hardy.
Well, one of the youngest head coaches in the league. He has the respect of all of the other head coaches. He's part of that Spurs coaching tree, and his extension runs through 2031, which is a nice commitment from the Jazz.
For 3, Randall. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Well, you know, Gobert doesn't usually show off much, but that was special.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Group getting ready for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jackson comes in for Sensabaugh. Peterson, he's checked in for Bailey. And it's George in for Collier. To the inside, here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length. Just hammering it down.
So the Utah 5 right now. We've got George, Walker Kessler out there with Jackson. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Peterson in at the 2. Jackson the screen. Slim pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's ability to both dive to the rim as well as pop out for a jump shot makes him an excellent partner in the pick and roll.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, their schemes have been effective, and he's been a significant part of their focus.
George against DiVincenzo. Kessler down low. Here's George. Up and in from the low block. George has got 9 points in the quarter.
The defense had him confused early on, but he's responded in the second half with some assertive play.
There's a screen. The open shot by Edwards. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Kessler, a screen on Edwards. Here's Peterson. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Peterson. Back to Markkanen. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Back to Daniels. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. And here's Edwards outside. The rebound by the Jazz. George outside. And for most NBA teams, the draft is the best path to acquiring an NBA superstar. But it's not enough to get that high pick. You got to get that one right, Stan.
Absolutely, B.A. And look, some of them are easy. Some of the top picks just stand out, and they're really, really easy. But some of them are very, very difficult, and especially as you move down even to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th picks. And the guys that hit on those are the guys that end up with the stars.
Slim, pass to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Well, Jackson Jr. is a versatile scorer, which is what allows him to catch fire like this.
Randall, a screen on George. The kick out to Edwards. Sinks the tray. Edwards has got 15 points in just the second half.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
George passes to Markkanen. Here's Peterson. Launches it. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it.
Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
Pass to Edwards. And here's McDaniels. Off target from outside.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
It's Markkanen on the wing. McDaniels covering. Kessler, a screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Peterson, and stolen by Gobert. DiVincenzo, the pass to Gobert. Now here's Randall. The rebound by the Jazz. Peterson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kessler, a screen on Randall. 16 feet out. The putback.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. And he drops it in from the low post. Edwards got 36 points.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your star.
Peterson, no good.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And what a huge performance it was for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Book it, and it's Randall with the assist. Edwards got 39.
This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson, the screen. And he's going for the lob. And stolen by Gobert. Up top, DiVincenzo. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
Now over to Dominic Hamill.
As outsiders watching the games, we don't know what players are thinking, feeling. There are nights every year where, for whatever reason, the team just looks flat. The juice isn't there. Did it feel that way today for you?
I don't like that term, Dom.
Brian, back to you.